just a kid. He wanted to be an Avenger. He was in over his head. The Vulture ... finished the job. Space, reality. It's more than a linear path. Prism of endless possibility, where a single choice can branch into infinite realities, creating alternate worlds from the ones we know. The VariantVerse narrator, come with me and ponder the question. What if? Universe, you know, a young hero proved himself. Boy from Queens, armed with little more than courage and a high-tech suit, stood against a man pushed to the edge. Sandy shores near Coney Island, beneath the wreckage of a downed Stark cargo plane, Spider-Man faced the Vulture. He survived, barely. Learned that being a hero wasn't about the suit, but about the person wearing it. In another universe, the lesson came at a much steeper price. Night was just as dark, the fire just as hot, but the wings of the Vulture were stronger, his desperation more potent. When the exosuit malfunctioned and the support beams of the old warehouse came crashing down, Adrian Toomes didn't just walk away. He made sure the spider was swatted for good. Divergence point is a moment of pure, brutal physics. Parker, pinned beneath a mountain of concrete and twisted steel, pushes with all his might. Screams into his mask, the words muffled by dust and pain. Come on, Spider-Man. Come on, Spider-Man. This reality's rubble is heavier, the angle of collapse more severe. Vulture's wings, reinforced with an extra layer of Chitauri plating scavenged from the Battle of New York, had done their job too well. Crushing weight is absolute. There is a sickening crunch of metal and bone. Moment, the lenses of his mask flicker with a faint, red glow. They go dark. Peter Parker doesn't get up. The suffocating silence, broken only by the crackle of distant fires. The city lost its friendliest neighbor, and the world lost a hero it never truly knew. In Toomes, his own suit sputtering, clambers from the wreckage. Glances back at the impossible pile of debris, a flicker of something, maybe regret, maybe just grim satisfaction in his glowing green eyes. He's no movement, hears no sound, the kid is gone. Wounded and winded, he triggers a homing beacon. His crew, the Tinkerer and the Shocker, arrive not to a battlefield, but to a salvage yard. Load up the crates of Stark technology, the arc reactors, the Ultron components, the Chitauri energy cores, melt into the shadows of the city, leaving behind a tomb for a boy who just wanted to help. Aftermath unfolds in a tragedy of miscommunication and misplaced trust. Stark, tracking the cargo plane, sees it go down. He tries to call Peter, over and over. Calls go to a phone that is slowly being buried deeper under the sand and rubble. It's turned into weeks. Tony, stewing in his billionaire paranoia and mentor-fueled anxiety, comes to a bitter conclusion. The kid ghosted him. For all that talk, all that earnest pleading to be taken seriously, Parker had simply quit. The anger is a shield for the hurt. He tells Happy to stop trying to contact him. Revokes Peter's access to the suit, remotely deactivating a piece of technology that is already crushed beyond recognition. He moves on, burying his disappointment under work, the Avengers, and Pepper. Never thinks to check the morgues for a John Doe from Queens. Would he? In his mind, the kid was safe at home, grounded for life. The world keeps spinning, oblivious to the small, spider-shaped hole that has been carved out of its future. Pass, and the silence from Queens is deafening. In the criminal underworld, however, the whispers grow into a roar. Toomes is no longer just a scavenger, he is a king. Tinkerer's genius and a limitless supply of advanced technology, Vulture's operation expands exponentially. Not just selling weapons, he's building an empire from the shadows. Crew, once a small-time chop shop for alien junk, becomes a global syndicate. They are organized, ruthless, and untouchable. Adopt a new name, one that echoes with a chilling legacy, the Ten Rings. This isn't the ancient organization led by a man with cosmic artifacts. This is a new breed. A clandestine network of arms dealers trafficking in the terrifying fusion of Stark ingenuity and alien power. Soaring exosuits to repurpose Chitauri plasma cannons, they arm terrorists, revolutionaries, and rogue states across the globe. The world becomes a more dangerous place, all because one good kid wasn't there to stop one bad man. True consequence, the catastrophic domino effect of that night on the beach, arrives with the dawn. A shadow falls over Greenwich Village. A colossal Q-ship hangs in the sky, a silent, terrifying testament to a threat from beyond the stars. Moore and Cull Obsidian touch down, seeking the eye of Agamotto. Universe, you know, this is where Spider-Man swings in, his youthful optimism and impossible acrobatics providing the crucial seconds Tony Stark needs. Helps save Tony from capture, buys Doctor Strange precious time, but in this reality, there is no web-slinger, there is no underoos. Stark, clad in his nanotech armor, faces the children of Thanos alone. Strange engages the Moore, their battle of wills and sorcery, a dazzling, deadly dance. Cull Obsidian is a brute force of nature. Tony is overwhelmed, trying to fight the giant while keeping an eye on the wizard. With Spider-Man to run interference, to web up the hammer, to pull civilians to safety. Tony is stretched too thin. Ebony Moore, a master strategist, sees his opening. He doesn't just incapacitate Strange, he kills him. A flurry of telekinetically controlled debris, a shard of pavement sharpened to a razor's edge, finds its mark. The Sorcerer Supreme falls. Strange dead, the protective spell around the Time Stone vanishes. Plucks the glowing green gem from the eye of Agamotto. He turns to Tony, a cruel smirk on his gaunt face. The world's protector is dead, he hisses, before encasing the shell-shocked Iron Man in a prison of transmuted metal. Takes the stone, and he's captive, back to the ship. The battle for New York is over in minutes. Overwhelmed, retreats to protect the sanctum. Banner can only watch in horror. There is no desperate chase into space, no rescue plan. Ebony Moore returns to Sanctuary 2 and presents the Time Stone to his father. Now possessing the space, power, and Time Stones, does not need to hunt. He can now be everywhere at once, see every possible outcome, and bend reality to his will. Fight on Titan never happens. The Guardians of the Galaxy are ambushed and annihilated before they can even formulate a plan. The battle for Wakanda becomes a slaughter. Time Stone, Thanos foresees every strategy, every attack. Is ripped apart, the Mind Stone secured. Thor arrives with Stormbreaker, a god of thunder seeking vengeance, but he is an instant too late. Thanos, already wielding 5 of the 6 Infinity Stones, simply freezes him in a time loop, a furious, screaming statue. War is over before it ever truly began. Thanos assembles the final stone, and with a snap of his fingers, he achieves his goal. Balance of all life in the universe turns to dust. A moment of tragic, hard-won defeat, but as the inevitable conclusion of an unopposed conquest. Because a boy from Queens was buried under a pile of rubble, it shows that sometimes the smallest hero can cast the largest shadow, and without them, the universe is left in darkness. In reality, the cost of a hero's fall wasn't just the city's grief, but the silence of half the cosmos. Terrible, lasting monument to the day the Vulture finished the job.